Hey everybody, how is it going? It is your pal, Sal here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a review of Mariah Carey's 6th studio album, Butterfly. Hey everybody, how's it going? So I know last week when we did Daydream, I promised you guys a reaction to this album, and well, basically what happened was I started getting my notes ready and I started looking at the track listing and I started realizing, I was like, wait, I know that really well. I know that. There were only 2 songs on this album that I did not remember, and then once listening to them, I was like, okay, I remember now. So there was no point in reacting to it because I knew most of everything and I just refreshed myself on the 2 songs and I feel confident to talk about them, confident to share with you guys my thoughts and feelings on Butterfly. So that's going to be the purpose of this video. No music is going to be played, no like reacting type stuff. So just something simple today, something short and sweet, I'm hoping. I don't think this needs to be too long because, I mean, what can I truly say about Butterfly? Although this review is not really analysis of it, you know, like important wise, it's more about me, you know what I mean? This is what I'm just sharing with you guys, my thoughts and feelings. So Butterfly is an album that I remember owning for as long as I can remember. I've talked about this before. My dad was a DJ growing up and he would always like move and shuffle out CDs, and 2 CDs I remember distinctly like just having in my collection were Butterfly and Rainbow. But the thing was is that I don't know if I understood that these were albums or that they could be fully played and that there was more than one song, because the only songs I remembered when I got back into Mariah Carey in my later years, I say later years like 16, 17, were Honey from this album and Heartbreaker from the next one. I don't know why, I guess I didn't realize that, whatever. But so this is an album cover that is, I do own the CD and I do own the 20th anniversary vinyl. When it was reissued again last year, I never ended up upgrading because I'm cheap and I've never been unhappy with how this sounded. I will say, as we all know, there's 2 covers to this album. There's this one, which is the standard, and then this is on the cover for some of them. I just hate the fact that this picture disc is beautiful on the first side, but then you turn it around. What is that? What was that? Like, come on, really? But that is beautiful. And all in all, I don't think this pressing sounds too bad. I haven't had the chance to re-listen to it, like, in the past couple of days. Before doing this, I've been listening to the album on my phone and whatnot. But basically with Butterfly, okay, we're gonna flash forward back here, flash back a little. After Daydream, Mariah went on a successful international tour for that album, and then came back and started to record for Butterfly. And this album, during the process of recording it, Mariah finally separated and divorced from Tommy, which, God bless. And she wanted to push this album in a more hip-hop, R&B, rap direction, which the people at Columbia Records were like, no, they thought that this album was gonna crash and burn. And thankfully, it didn't. This is an album that is so important in Mariah's discography. Again, we see her taking full creative control, creating the type of album she had always wanted to make, and it does not fall flat whatsoever. Is it technically my favorite, one of my favorites of Mariah's? I don't know for sure yet. I really want to wait till I get to the end of the discography to decide which are my favorites and whatnot. But one cannot deny how incredibly personal, how incredibly amazing this album is. I think everything about it is perfect. Even the one song that I'm just not sold on, there's that, but I couldn't be more excited to talk about this. So the album was released on September 16th of 1997, and this is the first Mariah album that we're discussing, technically if we don't include the Rarities and Equals MC², which I covered a few years ago, that I was alive for. I would have been almost 1 when this album came out, so we stand that. We love that. And it did chart at #1 in the Billboard 200, so the Columbia didn't have to worry. They were fine. They did good, but they still did her dirty with some of the single releases. So there were a total of only 5 singles released for this album. The first single was Honey, It's Just Like Honey, which did chart at #1, which we stan, we love that. The video, Agent M, iconic. The second single was Butterfly, and it was unable to chart in America, but it did reach its highest charting position in Croatia, of all places, at #3, so we stand that. The third single was The Roof, Back in Time, which did not chart in America on the Hot 100, but did reach #7 on the Dutch Top 40, which was its highest chart. The fourth single was Break Down, which did chart not in America again, but #4 in New Zealand. So to Croatia, Deutsch just like, wait, the Netherlands, right? Yeah, the Netherlands are the Dutch. I got it. I remember that now. And New Zealand, they knew what was up. And the fifth and final single was My All, which did chart in America at #1. So that's the list of all the singles. So I think it's just most important right now to go through and talk about my favorite songs, go through the track listing, tell you guys what I think, what I feel. That's really the point of this video. I don't feel comfortable giving a critical, like, analysis. That's not really what I'm here for that. It's all about what we like, what we don't like, darlings. That's it. So the first song on the album is Honey. It's Just Like Honey, which is just such an incredible song. I mean, I've remembered this one for a long time. When I did get back into Mariah in 2015, I was like, I remember this. The lyrics are just so, you know, it's so sexual without being so sexual. Like, it has... Realistically, when you think about it, I mean, it's probably almost about as dirty as WAP, but it goes about it in such a different way. I mean, in Your Love just comes washing over me. I mean, the fact that she's kind of referring that semen is kind of like honey. It's not her first time talking about a semen, that's for sure. But I love this song. It's just so smooth, so slick, so wonderful. Every time I listen to it, I'm just like, yes. Yes, like it's just, everything about it is just so right. It's so content. I will say I do slightly prefer the Bad Boy remix, which has, I think it still has Mase The Lox, but I think it has somebody else on it, I forgot, but it's where she's like, I thought I told you that we just won't stop. And then he's like, I dropped one single and made this money back. I love that one. That I think I prefer slightly to the album cut, but that's just me personally. The second song is Butterfly, which is just such an incredibly personal and amazing song. I mean, I think we all can lyrically agree with it. I mean, we all just want to spread our wings or fly like a butterfly and fly away. I mean, she felt so trapped in her marriage to Tommy that this is one of the songs that came out of it. Beautiful. It's I feel like a lot of what I'm going to say with these songs is just gorgeous and beautiful. The third song is My All, which again, oh, My All. I mean, come on, it's My All. I love the Latin influence that this song has. I mean, again, I'm almost at a loss for words because it's like, what can I truly say that hasn't already been said? But My All is just painstakingly beautiful. I mean, every time you listen to it, and I'm thinking about when I saw her do it live in this backdrop that they had, which was similar to the video of like the water and all that. Gorgeous. I mean, I love it. Come on. The fourth song is The Roof, Back in Time, which features Mobb Deep and Big Noyd. So with this song, it's a very specific song to me because there's a Mariah Carey YouTube channel called Mariah X Lambily, and for the longest time, they used a clip of this for their videos, like the intro to it, and every time I hear this song, that's all I can think about. I love that it feels like a journey with the piano in the beginning, and you feel like you're about to go back in time, and then the boop, boop, doop, 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 and you go in, and then you're just there. So gorgeous, so beautiful. Oh God, it's so good. The fifth single, which is 4th of July, is another one that is very good too. I mean, it was twilight. I mean, just the thought of having that type of 4th of July, it just sounds so pretty. Everything about it, and I feel like you can almost feel like faint fireworks in it too. I mean, 4th of July, gorgeous. I mean, again, I feel like I'm not saying much, but I'm like, what? That is what it is, you know? The sixth song is Break Down, which features Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's really funny though, because they're not credited on anything as Bone Thugs and Harmony, which is what they were really truly known as, but they're listed as Crazy Bone and Wishbone. But when I have it imported into my computer, I have it fixed to that because I like just saying Bone Thugs and Harmony a lot more. Another great song, another video clip that I believe Mariah X Lambily used on their video, Break Down. I mean, it's just so good. The seventh song, Babydoll. This is one that I needed refreshing on, and the gist of it is that Mariah wants this guy to play with her like a baby doll, which it's so funny because this song could be so corny. It really could, but it manages to not do that, and I think that's just because Mariah is such a genius songwriter. And I remember this is actually, like I said, because this is one I had to revisit. This is one I had to relearn, and I was like, you know what? I stand. I think this is one that this is probably the best surprise for me of having to revisit. The eighth song is Close My Eyes, which I'm going to be upfront here. This is a song that I really didn't learn to love until the recent 2020 version for the Rarities came out. And I have to say, the Rarities version to me is better than the original version. The pointedness of the That just, something about that, it feels more pointed, it feels more connected to that. And I think Mariah singing that song versus here when she's like, what, late 20s versus, you know, 50, I think it has more relevance there. I don't know. For me, that's just what does it. Track number 9 is Whenever You Call, and I honestly forgot that that song was on this album because I'm so used to hearing the version that's on number 1s with Brian McKnight. I do prefer that version slightly. Just for me, the two people coming together and they're like, whenever you call, I'll be there for you. It's just a two-way street. I like that. I think I prefer it as a duet. So there's that. Track number 10, Fly Away Butterflies, is that a nice little remix of Butterfly, obviously. This one to me works a lot more as a segue versus the one on Daydream, the fantasy sweet dub mix or whatever it's called. I think this one works a little better. Don't like the fact, and I know that this might be controversial, I'm going to be saying two controversial things back to back here. This has the remix has a co-writing credit from Elton John, which I was kind of like, ew. Don't like Elton, sick and tired of him. He needs to, I can't, he irritates the living hell out of me. So Elton, sorry, oh my, I'm getting a call. Gotta end that. But the remix itself is really nice, and I feel it does segue very well into the next song. But in regards to that, the next song is track number 11, The Beautiful Ones, featuring Dru Hill, which I'm so sorry. Listen, you know, if you want to call me a talentless, or not talentless, a tasteless twink, go ahead. I'm ready for that in the comments because I do not like The Beautiful Ones. It's a Prince cover, and I don't like Prince. I don't like men. I don't like men singers. I'm sorry. I've never been a fan of Prince. I'm tired of him getting more credit than Madonna does. It's not right to me. I'm just tired of it. So this song, I did look up because I wanted to see, because I'm like, well, why did Mariah cover this? Well, she was a big fan of the song, big fan of Prince. But it just doesn't do a whole lot for me. There's some beautiful vocals, the production is beautiful, but it's almost 7 minutes and I just don't connect with it. I'm so sorry. I know that this is ludicrous to say, but I don't love that song, and it was really funny. I wanted to make sure, so I asked a couple of my lamb friends that I have on Instagram. I was like, listen, I know Butterfly is incredible and I'm not disputing that, but what is your least favorite song on it? And almost everybody said The Beautiful Ones. So I feel better about that, but call me tasteless, call me whatever you want. But I'm not saying it's a bad song. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm just saying I don't like it. I'm so sorry. And then the 12th and final track is Outside, which is Mariah reflecting about how she feels to be on the outside of almost everything she does in life. You know, with her being mixed race, all that type of stuff. It's a beautiful song. And you know, it's almost sad that at the end she kind of realizes that there is no resolution to it, that she always is gonna kind of have to be outside. I think that's sad. But there's also one bonus track I want to discuss, which is the Spanish version of My All, which is Mi Todo, which I think My All sounds even better in Spanish. What's weirdly enough with this Spanish cover, or not Spanish cover, this Spanish version, she sang it in a lowered key, which I remember when I was getting into Mariah when I was younger and I wanted to make sure I had all the bonus tracks in my imports on iTunes. I remember that would come up and I was like, well, someone edited the key. Like, this isn't right. I got to find the right one. And then I learned that she did, in fact, sing it in a lowered key for the Spanish version. Interesting. So yeah, that is Butterfly for me. An album that I think is beautiful, lyrically incredible. I know for a fact it's not my favorite Mariah album, but I do realize its importance. Again, call me a talentless twink. If you want to call me skinny, I'm okay with that. But I keep saying talentless, a tasteless twink. It's fine. I can live with that. So yeah, that's really all I really have to say. I feel kind of bad that I could not really react to it, but it wouldn't be right. I knew too much going into this. I still haven't decided yet if we're going to be doing a review or a reaction to Rainbow. I should just tell you guys, the albums that I know for sure you're going to get reactions to are Charm Bracelet, Emancipation, and Memoirs, but I'm going to be doing reviews, and possibly Rainbow. I don't know yet. I'm still on the fence about that. But you will be for sure getting reviews like this for Glitter, which I'll feel a lot better talking about Glitter. Glitter, Mia and Mariah, and Caution. So yeah, I think that's the best way to leave off this video. What do you guys think of this album? Let me know in the comments below. As always, do not forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at Salvador J. Rocha, Twitter at Sal Says Stuff, and TikTok at Sal Rocha1, and I'll see you guys ever ever so soon. Have an amazing day. And remember to spread your wings and fly like a butterfly. See you guys soon. Bye.